Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Think Constructive. I'm Isha and today I will be discussing GitHub Flow using command line. So let us have a look at the session plan. So GitHub Flow via command line. Here is the session plan for that. We will be starting with the new branch creation followed by adding new file. So we will be adding new file and then we will be editing some existing file also. That should be followed by the commit changes to new branch. Then we will push those committed changes using new branch to our GitHub repository. That will be followed by creation of a pull request, merging of pull request to main branch, and then later we will verify the code changes at the main branch using web interface as well as command line. So this is what we will be covering today. And in order to cover this, there are some prerequisites which you should follow. So here are the prerequisites for this session. So first and foremost, your GitHub account must be created. Just in case if you don't have GitHub account, don't worry much. I have given another video's link in the description box. So that is a separate video for GitHub account creation which I had created. So please follow that video so that you can set up your GitHub account, and then a code repository must exist. So these are the two prerequisites. So for code repository existence also, just in case you don't have any code repository, so you can set up one for your demonstration purposes or for your practice purposes. So for that, you can follow my previous tutorial which I had created for GitHub Flow using web interface. So no need to follow that complete tutorial, just that the starting chapter you can follow. So there the chapter wise bifurcation in the video is already given, so you can just open that link also I have given in the description box. So just open that and follow that particular chapter for the code repository creation. So these two things you should do, and then proceed with this session and follow it with me so that you can do the practical and get more confidence following GitHub Flow using command line. Okay, so let us start with the session. So I'll first show you the repository which I will be following for this session. So here is the GitHub repository which I will be using for this demonstration or for this entire session. So you can see demo project is my repository which I had already created. You can also create one repository and use that. Okay, so I will be using this, and next I will copy this GitHub repository URL which I will be using to get the project in the using command line. Okay, so I will come back to this copying URL in a moment. First I'll show you my terminal window, and we will do some basic work before cloning the project. Okay, so I'll just open the terminal window here. So here is my terminal window. All right, so current folder I can show you, it is my empty folder. Here I will be creating a directory first, or you can call it a folder. Okay, I will just say, let's say sample project. Okay, so I'll create a sample project directory, because inside this, and I will say change directory to this sample project. So I'll go inside this. Since I have just now created this, you can see the sample project directory is empty. So in this empty directory, first thing what I will be doing, I will be getting the GitHub project here. All right. So in order to get the GitHub project here, I will use command git clone, and then this command will be followed by the URL which I was asking you to copy from the browser window. So I'll quickly switch to the browser window here. So this is my demo project repository which I want to use for this complete demonstration. So I will copy its URL here. This is copied. All right. And then I will go back to the terminal window and then we'll paste the URL here. So now the final command will be git clone and then the repository URL. So if all is good, this entire project will be, or entire repository you can say, will be copied here. So I've just given enter. It is asking me to cloning into demo project and then unpacking object, and it has got all the project repo, complete project repo here. So now when I will say ls, just to list down the content, I can see demo project here. So what we have seen here, see, demo project is my repository. So this entire repository demo project has two files. One is readme.md, another one is demo file.txt. So both the files we will quickly see now that are available with us here in our local terminal window. All right. So I have just not done the listing. So demo project directory is shown here, or if you want to elaborate it, you can just say ls-lrt and you will be able to see a demo project, and since D is written here, which symbolizes that it is a directory. So demo project directory is listed here. Okay. So I want to now check the directory content. So I will just go inside this directory. Okay. And we'll see. See, two files, readme.md and demo file.txt. Both the files are copied here. Okay. So now I've taken the Git project or Git repository here in my terminal window at my system. Okay. So now next what do I want to do? I want to add a file and edit the file. All right. So before that, I want to show you one more command, which is to check the Git status. Okay. So I will just say Git status. And you can notice what is it is telling me. The moment I have given Git status, it is telling me on branch main. That means the current branch which is used is the main branch, the default branch which I have copied from the Git repo. Okay, so I'll switch to the browser window and will show you the existing branches there. You can see currently I have got only one branch, that is the main branch here. Okay. And the same is here, main branch. Now, just want to reiterate one more thing, that when we talk about branches in Git, it is never a good idea to do any code changes in the main branch directly. It is never ever suggested. All right. So whenever I want to do any changes, any code changes, I will have to create a new branch. That is the key. Okay. Keep this point always in your mind, that you will have to create a new branch. Okay. So for creating a new branch, what do I do now? I'll just give some spacing here so that you can clearly see different commands. So what do? I will just say git branch. Okay. So since I want to create a new branch, what do? I will just say git branch and my branch name. Let's say I want to give branch name as command line branch. All right. So this is one new branch I want to create. I will say git branch command line branch. enter. Okay, no message, but no errors also. So that means all good. All right. So now when I will say git status, let us see what do we see. I am getting, still I am on the main branch. I'll tell you the reason in a while why. So what I have done here is I have just created git branch command line branch. That means I have just created a branch named as command line branch. So I have another command with the help of which you can see now which all branches are there. What do? I will just say git branch. The moment I have given git branch, what is happening here is two branch names are shown. One is main, which is marked with a star in green. That means my code is pointing to this branch. Okay. And another is command line branch, which is another name, a new branch name which I have created, but my code is not yet pointing to this. So what do I do in order to make my code point to this and then proceed with the changes? Okay, I'll just again give some spacing. Now what do? I will give another command to make command line branch active. How do I do that? Git checkout and then my branch name. Okay, git checkout command line branch. What message I am getting here? Switch to branch command line branch. That means what should I expect now? What should I expect now? That my active branch instead of main should now be command line branch, right? This is what we are trying to achieve as of now. I will say git status and then enter. Now what do you see? On command line branch. Earlier what we were seeing? On branch main. Now what it is showing me? On branch command line branch. I can also use git branch command and see. Now my main branch is existing. It's not going anywhere, but my command line branch is now green and a star. That means it is now an active branch. Okay, got it? So this is how we create a new branch and make my code start pointing to that branch, or rather in simple words, make my new branch active. Okay, so now next step is I will start doing some changes. Okay, before doing that, I'll just clear the window so that you can freshly see the screen. Okay. So as of now, I have got these two files, readme.md and demofile.txt. Sorry. Okay, these two files. Now, next thing, what do I want to do? I want to create or add a new file here in the project. Okay, how do I add a new file? I will just open my VI editor and will add a command line new file.txt. Okay, let's say I want to add this. I will just say enter and the VI editor window will be open. I will get into insert mode here and will write some message. This is a new file GitHub command line. All right. So I would just save this. So I have created a new file and entered some content in this. If I want to view this file, how do I do that? I will just say cat and the file name. It will display my file contents. Okay. Now when I will say ls-lrt, what I am getting? I am getting now 3 files instead of these 2. Okay, so earlier I was getting 2 files, now I've got 3 files. Why? Because I have added a new file with some content. Now the next step is let us do some changes in the existing file. So let us pick up demo file.txt. How do I do the changes? Again, I will switch to vi editor. Demo file.txt. So there are some contents already in this. Okay. So I will just open it in append mode. Okay. Some changes for demo purpose. I will give some message here. Okay. And then we'll quickly save it. So I have done some changes in demo file txt, and I can view those changes also here. All right, this is what I have written. Some changes for demo purpose. This is one new line I have added here. All right, so my files here now will remain 3 only. So I have added a new file with some content, and I have edited some values in this demo file.txt, which is an existing file. All right. Now the next step is, what do I want to do? I want to send these changes to my GitHub repository. Okay, so that I can view my changes in the GitHub. So in order to do that, there are some more steps. Okay, so the first thing, what do I need to do? I need to commit those changes. Okay, before committing, let us check the git status now. What my git status is telling, I have given a command git status here. What it is telling? On branch command line branch, which is good. Next, it is telling me modified file. This is the file demo file.txt, which I have modified. And untracked file, command line new file.txt. Why is it untracked? Because I have created a new file which is not yet known by Git. All right. So how do I make it known to Git? There is another command which I will use in order to add it to the Git. What do? I will just say git add command line new file.txt. Okay. All right. So now when I will check git status, what will happen? When I have given now, after adding, you can notice the command here add, and after adding this, when I will say git status, what it is telling me? New file, this to be committed. That is, it started recognizing my new file. But my modified file is still red because I have not yet done anything with this. I have just changed the content. But Git does not know what do I want to do with those changes, whether I want to commit them or not. So whatever changes I will do, I will have to add those changes before doing a commit. So again, the same command, I will say git add, and then we'll say demo file.txt. All right. Enter. Now when I will check git status, what will happen? So see what I have done, git add demo file.txt, and then I will say git status. When I said git status, what is happening? Now it is telling me both the files changes needs to be committed, and both are green now. All right. So a logical next step now is to commit the changes because I have already added my files. So the next step is I will have to commit these files, and then the next step we should be able to push them. Okay. So I will give the command git commit, but before that I will clear the screen so that you can see it more clearly. Okay. And again, I will run git status here. So these are the two changes. Those should be committed. So in order to make the commit, what do? I will say git commit, okay, hyphen m, and then in double quotes, I will give some git explanatory or commit message. Generally, we call it as a commit message. Okay. So let's say, I will say command line demo commit. Okay. Any message you can write. It should be just that it should be descriptive, explanatory enough so that whenever you or your peers would check it, would see it, they should be able to understand what exactly you are trying to do in this commit. Okay. So I'll just say enter. The moment I said enter, what it did was command line demo commit is my message which I had given. 2 files changed, 2 insertions. Okay. And since there was one new file addition, it is telling me create mode this file. All right. So my both the files are now added to my commit message. So changes are added there. So the next step, I want to take those changes to my GitHub repo so that I should be able to see it at my GitHub code hosting platform. So the next logical thing is git push. So I will just say git push origin and my branch name. What is my branch name? Command line branch. Okay. So what this git push origin command line branch will do, this command will finally push the changes which we have just now committed to the GitHub platform. Okay, I'll press enter. If everything will be fine, it will send the changes to the platform. So let us have a look at this message. What it is telling? All the comparison counting it has done, and then it is saying remote. Create a pull request for this GitHub by visiting this. So it is giving me a URL which is showing me that my command line branch, which is my new branch, is pushed with the changes at GitHub platform. Okay. See, new branch. You can notice this message here. Okay. So when you see this kind of message after giving git push origin and whatever your branch name is, then you can be confident that these changes are now pushed to your GitHub platform. So what is my next step? I will open GitHub platform and will check whether this branch along with these two changes have reached there or not. Okay, so that is my verification method. So if you remember earlier, this yellow box was not there. Now the moment I have pushed the changes, I am able to see command line branch had recent pushes less than a minute ago. Less than a minute ago. That means just now I have pushed it. So it is now suggesting me to compare and create a pull request. Okay. And also you can verify your branches from here also. Probably it needs a bit refresh. Okay. So we'll just move here and then we'll come back and check the branches from here also. So I will just say compare and pull request. Okay. Because ultimately I don't want that whatever changes I have done just lie in command line branch. What do I want is from this branch, my changes should be checked and then finally be merged to my base or my main branch, which is my master branch. Okay. So I will say compare and pull request. See what it is giving? My new branch name, which is command line branch, and my main branch name. So it is actually comparing these two branches, this command line branch to the base or main branch. A default compare or open pull request message is filled in. If you want, you can change it. You can write more comments here. Probably I'll just say demo. Okay, and I will simply say create pull request. So it is creating my pull request, and it has checked that there is no problems or no conflicts in the command line branch. So it is simply giving me a green signal that this branch has no conflicts with the base branch. So I'm totally allowed and approved to merge it. Okay, so the next logical step is, since I want to take all my changes of command line branch to main branch, I would like to merge this pull request. Okay, so the next step is I will say merge pull request, and the confirmation I will give. All right, so I have merged my command line branch to main branch. Now I will go back to repo and we'll see. See, earlier only two files were there, readme.md and demofile.txt. Now I've got three files, and both the files, you can notice, 6 minutes ago were updated. That means whatever changes we have done via terminal or from our local system and pushed are now reached and available in the main branch. When you click here, you can see there are two branches, main branch and command line branch, because command line branch was the one which we have pushed. Okay, but since we have merged this command line branch back to main branch, so whatever changes were there in command line branch are now available in main branch. Okay, so I will just click on these files so that we can quickly view the content. This is a new file for GitHub Flow using command line. This was one, and another one was demofile.txt, which we edited. Some changes for demo purpose. Okay, so my all changes are available here in the main branch. Since we have seen everything is good, all the changes are merged. Okay, but my command, so for now, if I talk about command line branch, whatever purpose was there to create the command line branch is fulfilled now. So now we don't need any more this command line branch. Okay, so the next step, what do? I will go to view all branches, and since the purpose, the job of this command line branch is finished, so for the good maintenance or good housekeeping purpose, I would go ahead and delete this. If you want to use this branch, more in your project, that once you merged the things and then later you want to do more changes in your existing branch or the new branch, whichever you will create, you can in that case keep the branch. Otherwise, if you are very clear that you no more need this branch, then in that case you can proceed and delete this branch so that your repo remain neat and clean. Okay, so I have deleted my branch. I will come back and see that command line branch is gone. Okay, all right, so this is a verification of whatever pull and merge we have done, whatever changes we have done are now available here via web interface. Okay, the next step is I will just go back to terminal. Okay, and now we'll see git status. What do we see? We are still on the branch because this is locally is existing. It is deleted only from the GitHub platform, not from your local system. Okay, so it is still on that branch. Okay, so now if I want to keep my project in line with whatever it is there in the GitHub platform, I will, or it's always a good practice, because it is not always like only you are the one who is coding and pushing to the GitHub. it is a code hosting and collaboration tool. So that means along with you, many other developers are working on that same repository. Okay. So what happens is, let's say your code is merged with the master or main branch, and later after a couple of minutes, someone else's code is also merged. So now you don't have those updates, right? And similarly, the same thing applies to you, other engineer also. So what is the best practice? Always keep your repository or keep your Git project in the local system updated. How do you do that? So here is another command for doing that. Git pull origin, and always we update it from the main or base branch. That is the main thing. But just in case if your code owner says that no, this is a release branch and from that you should remain your code updated, so then in that case you should have that branch name, particular branch name, and keep on giving here. So for now, our a demo purpose, I will just show you how can you pull the latest code always from the main branch. So the command you need to give is git pull origin main and say enter. So what does it do? It will pull things from the remote and make your branch updated. Okay. All right. So I will again check my Git status and things are good. Okay. Okay. So this is how, what we have verified from our terminal at our local system also. All right. So this concludes our today's session. So what all we have covered, we created a new branch followed by adding new file, modifying some existing things, committing changes, pushing the changes to the new branch, creating and merging the pull request to main branch, followed by verifying and then later on deleting the new branch from the GitHub platform, and then that was followed by our verification of code changes. All right. So this is what the plan for today, and this is the same thing we have covered. So this concludes today's session. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. You also learned what you were looking for. So thank you very much for watching this session. And for more few more things I have given in the description box, you can refer them. And also, if you like the session, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you are always updated with more and more software learning and technology videos, and share it with more and more people. That will help everyone. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.